Now, sign in English. Come on. Mr. Yanagita, you are not Team F. You are Team A. Lena, Kazuma, Tetsuya. Haruka, Kiichiro, Deiwa. Shin, Kohei, Shota, Yuya, Ryota. Ryoma, Kentaro, Shinki. Mr. Yoshida, you are not Team G. Mr. Takazaki, you are not Team G. You are all Kogakubu Saito-san. Let me share my screen. Leoma Tachibana, PowerPoint. Leoma Tachibana. Lyoto Tanaka. Koki. Tatsuya. So this is last week's video, which I uploaded and shared in messages.
Get that. Now, you still have to have a writer, and the writer writes your group thinking speech. Now, you have to make because you're engineers. Engineers do presentations all the time. I think personally one of the reasons why I'm a good teacher is because I learned how to communicate when I was an engineer. I did on average 2 PowerPoint presentations every week. And I was one of the youngest of a very elite group of international project managers in the 1980s. I was one of the youngest. And the reason why I was in that group was I knew how to communicate. Seven slides. That's my limit. An intro slide with your topic and your team members' names. And a thank you slide. Introduction, 10 seconds. Thank you slide, 10 seconds. You have 4 minutes and 30 seconds for 5 slides.
I uploaded that. You could review it. If my speaking speed was too fast for you last week, you could have reviewed it. My part of that video is 10 minutes. If you doubted, you should have budgeted 10 minutes of your time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, minus points. And not minus 1 point, no, minus 10 points. There are 4. One job, leader's job. And if you're wondering why I'm stimulating your devil's cocktail, it's because I teach 8 classes in Kadai every week. And last week, because it's the middle of the semester, I shifted every group. And ladies and gentlemen, this won't change my thinking. Don't make me feel like I am wasting my time in this class. I follow the same pattern in every class, ladies and gentlemen. So the first 6 classes, or 7 classes, depending on how many members are in each project team, first focus on giving a speech. And then the focus changes to making PowerPoints. Now, if you were listening to me last week, you would understand Larkin Sensei knows how to make PowerPoints. Larkin Sensei has watched and performed presentation, his performance, many times. Now, I am really lucky, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to use PowerPoint in my classes. I use my chalkboard. Now, yes, I violate two of the principles of giving a good PowerPoint, but not in good chalkboard use. Usually, we don't read our speech from our PowerPoint slides. The PowerPoint slides are supposed to be a visual aid to help explain our talking. Too many educated professors use the PowerPoint as their lecture. And I feel sorry for you when you experience those kind of lectures because you're learning. I, on the other hand, am teaching you how to improve your communication skills. So, key point in communicating, you say point by point. And you re-say point by point. How many times? 3. Will I have to do this again next week? Not an efficient use of time. By the way, you stimulated my devil's cocktail. You don't know what I mean. You will after you watch this week's topic video. But let me repeat one more time. Peter, can you believe, I can't believe, someone sent me an email and said, Larkin Sensei, I am reader. I know in junior high school and high school, many of you took part in team sports. And I'm sure that the head coach and the assistant coaches told you, practice makes perfect. Now that's a lie, because most of us are never perfect. but practice does improve your skill. So what skill do you need most improvement? PowerPoint making. So, leader, one leader, and you don't get to quit. You got to work every week. Speaker. The speaker job moves from team member to team member. Every member of the team has to speak and has to learn how to share the screen and control the PowerPoint. What do I want you to remember? I want you to remember what every team, what every speaker, what was on every slide. What I said last week, PowerPoint. Is a visual aid to help the speaker explain. And another thing that I heard repeated is 4 times, I think 4 times. Humans, all of us, humans have a terrible memory of the now. A typical human will remember 8% of what any speaker says. Now, probably your mothers and your girlfriends will say 8%, more like 1.257%. My wife and my daughters say I remember maybe 0.756% of anything they say. I think they are exaggerating. I remember at least 3%. So now, well, that's a hard word to say, but I'm going to challenge it. So, when we do a presentation, we have to say things simply and repeatedly. Now, right now, to simplify the challenge, I'm asking you to make an introduction slide with your topic and your team members names. And a conclusion slide. So, now those can be set. You make good slides one time and you can recycle them. Now, I mean the introduction slide and the conclusion slide. Now each week you have to change the title of the introduction, but you can use the same thing. Be engineers. Think efficiently. And if you use the same introduction and conclusion slide, then usually you can default use the same background color. I recommend light gray, case by case. Light gray accents all the other colors. Keep it simple. So, 5 minutes, I'll say this again, I said it last week, a 5-minute speech, 7 slides or 8 slides, case by case. But one slide, 45 seconds of speech, 5 minutes plus 30 seconds overtime. I'll give you 30 seconds overtime. What do you, to fulfill these 2 points, bad memory, repeat. Think about this phrase. It's not really a good sentence, but it's a phrase. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. You have your key sentence on your slide, and you have a picture that illustrates the sentence, and you're talking. So the PowerPoint is your background. Now everybody can read the sentence really fast. It's only one sentence or a phrase. But the picture keeps their attention. It's not saying anything, so they're listening to you. And if it's not a picture, no. It's, illustrations, graphs, charts, but be careful. Because graphs and charts will occupy too much of your audience's attention. And that will take their mind power, their focus, away from what you're speaking to what is in the PowerPoint. You want the PowerPoint to get their attention, but not take their attention away from what you're saying. I may make or recycle one of my old PowerPoints and show you what I'm talking about. But ladies and gentlemen, now let me repeat, and it might stimulate your devil's cocktail, but no, yeah, this is a 10K tech, I mean, it's supposed to be a 10K tekina bimyo ego jigyo nantaka nantaka nantaka. Not in my world. And in my world, my father, husband, world of respect for your mothers and fathers' work, your work in getting in the university. You got to work for me. Just coming to class, that don't cut it at all. No. Plus alpha work. You do it, and I guarantee you, 100%, it will improve your ability to use English as a second language and to better improve your communication skill in your dominant language, Japanese. One more thing before we go. Data. I watch this every day. Kagoshima. We're getting to be #1 in Kyushu. We're almost #1 in this part of Honshu. We're, my point is, no matter what the mass media and Seifu are saying, COVID is not finished with us. Everybody wants to be finished with COVID, but COVID is not finished with us, ladies and gentlemen. Keep safe out there. The finger. Larkin's serious finger. I will see you next Friday afternoon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.